Like, why do they pretend when they know they're gonna backstab each other in the next episode? Hi, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode where we're recapping Love Island USA Season 5, Episode 8. So the episode starts and the non-immune couples and the immune couples are having like separate chats. Obviously, some people are gonna feel some type of way for not getting picked, and the couples that got picked are gonna, be grateful or whatever it is. So they had that chat. Destiny and Harrison seem to be going in the right direction. She is shining. I think she's like head over or extremely in like with this boy right now, and he seems fond of her. Honestly, I haven't seen any red flags from Harrison yet, so but again, time will tell, right? We just have to wait and see what happens. Keenan and Kay are talking about how much they are into each other. I am loving the emotions for Kay, just not for Keenan. Like, I'm loving that she has this deep connection and she's, happy and really in like. I just don't like that it's with Keenan. Honestly, he has shown his cause. He will jump ship the next bombshell that comes into this house. Like, even like a twinge of interest, he's gonna jump ship. And I see it coming. I hope he proves me wrong, but honestly, I see that being the case. Oh, it might be a twist though. What if it's KK who jumps ship for someone even finer? Oh, okay. I'll be very interested in that. Carmen, oh my god. What do we think, people? Were we upset that Bergie told Carmen about Victor's comments? Or was he okay to do that? Personally, I think it was fine for him to have talked to Carmen about what was going on. Where I think things fell apart was where she involved Victor in the conversation. When Bergie particularly said, I am done with the drama. I don't want this to drag out anymore. What did Carmen do? Victor, could you come here, please? It's like, come on, the poor boy was so red. Like, he was so upset about the whole thing. And I just don't understand where Carmen's mind was or how she was working. I get it. It's easy for you to want to defend Bergie, but read past the lines. Listen to what he's saying. He's not that kind of person to want to stir up drama. At least I don't think he is, unless Bergie's playing like this perfect game and we're all being taken for a ride. But I didn't appreciate her involving Victor in the conversation. Victor was lying though. Victor said a ton of stuff that he claimed he didn't say, and then having a convention with the boys just to berate poor Bergie. I thought that was bad, and I didn't like the way the boys were all on Victor's side. Look, I would not even call Victor a macho man because I think that's an insult to macho men. Victor is a caveman and he needs to go back to the hole where he crawled out from. The guy needs to just STF you 100%. I cannot stand Victor anymore. The way he treated Bergie in this, the way he carried on in the morning, it was giving bitch. It was giving bitch. Honestly, I just can't stand him anymore and I need him out of the house. I felt bad for Bergie, but I think, honestly, Bergie needs to learn to stand up for himself. He needs to be able to assert himself in a conversation and say, no, I didn't say that. You said that. Let me talk. Maybe this is not the place for him to learn that, but I think this will be good for him overall. Hopefully he gets to build some confidence, like self-confidence. I love how Hannah, talked to him and just inspired him. I really thought that was great. Honestly, Hannah has climbed up on my ranking as well. I don't like her with Marco, but I'm hoping that a bombshell will fix that whole situation. I don't like Marco. Why was Marco all up Victor's ass all of a sudden? I don't understand. Is Victor the leader? What was Marco playing at? All of a sudden they're bro. I get that there's stuff that we don't see, but I don't see it. And how was Harrison always the one that was stuck with Victor when he was lamenting and bitching like 24/7? It's time for Victor to go home. I was done with him before the episode started. Here comes Cassie again, tapping into that crazy cauldron, people. Talking about Leo, giving her signs and signals. And of course, talking to Carmen, who is like, yeah, go explore that. Go do that. Honestly, I thought that Cassie was at it again and being, disruptive as she always is. But turns out she was right. And Leo was giving her signals and giving her, trying to see if there was a green light there. So Cassie, 100%, I apologize because I really did call it wrong on this episode. You are crazy. We know this. But on this episode, I called it wrong because you were right. What's Leo thinking? Like, look, the two of them exploring their options is fine. They're not doing anything wrong. How they choose to do that, though, knowing fully well that Leo is strongly coupled up with somebody else, that is where I had problems with. Like, how they handled the situation was horrible. It was basically karma because this is the exact same way that Anna moved when she started chatting up Leo and didn't even think to talk to Cassie first. And all of them keep saying, "Oh, she's my friend. She'll be happy for me." Be respectful. Then you can expect someone to be happy for you. Honestly, I think it's karma and it's going in circles, which makes me wonder why they don't learn. God. Like the way Keenan handled the situation, that was a little better because he told KK that he wanted to explore that. Then he started exploring it. You know, they had a conversation. He and Cassie had a conversation. It was lighthearted. They figured out that they wanted to explore things. He went to talk to KK, then went back to Cassie. You know, they didn't do that in this situation. She pulled him away, went up to the terrace, and were seriously flirting with each other. Like, it was heavy. If Marco had not tried to save Leo, they would have kissed. I feel that 100%. But now bringing Anna into the whole thing and talking about Anna like that, it was uncalled for. It was uncalled for. And the worst part is she could hear. She was right below them. Like, do they not understand the structure of the house? Like, go to the farthest place possible and have your conversation. If you know you're going to be throwing names up around like that. It was just... Yeah, I wrote down them two is sleazy and they belong together. That's what I wrote down. To be honest, I think Leo is a sleazeball, and I called it. I said that right now he was okay with Anna, but I didn't think that he was gonna be there for the long term. And I don't understand what it was because they all just the immune couples just went out on a date. So is it the family question where he was the one who brought up the family question? So I don't understand what the rift was. And how all of a sudden he's going back to Cassie. Like, I don't get it. But again, it's still early days. What is it? Only day 7? So yeah, let them do what they're doing. We'll see how that turns out. If nothing else, maybe it will be like real good drama for the house. I'm very excited for tonight's episode because hopefully Victor goes home and we get to see how that whole situation plays out. Why do they all pretend at being friends? Like, they're all like, "Oh, she's my best girl in the house," and then you're going over and snaking her guy. Like, I don't understand. "Oh, he's my best pal," and then you're going over and snaking his girl. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't think that they should pretend at being friends at all until they are sure of their couples. In fact, if you're going to be friendly with people, say, "Yes, we're friends," but understand that this is a mutual dating situation. We're all going to be dating each other, and so toes are going to be stepped on. Don't come out saying, I'm a girl's girl, I'm a sister," and then you're snaking people's men and women. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And that was the first thing I wrote down. I was like, why do they pretend when they know they're going to backstab each other in the next episode? It makes zero sense to me. Is that what friendship is these days? Because if it is, I don't want it, you know? In the end, they had to decide. The votes were in, the public voted, and the votes were in for favorite couples. So the people who had the most votes were Kenan and KK, Destiny and Harrison, and then Cassie and Bergie. We all know that Cassie was saved by Bergie. The votes were for Bergie, and Cassie just happened to be along for the ride. So the last two were, the last couple was Victor and Carmen, because nobody likes these two people. Left to me, both of them should have gone home. I don't understand why they're making us save one and leaving one. Send them both home, bring in new bombshells, because their story is done. I don't trust Carmen, and I don't like Victor. It's that simple. Where is that objectivity I had in the first episode? It's out the window, people. It's gone. Anyhow, personally, I think they both should have gone home. So in the end, they told the Islanders to choose which one of them needed to be sent home. Of course, it comes down to a tie. Most of the girls want Carmen, with exception of Destiny, and I think all the boys chose Victor. So it came down to Bergie. They kept asking Bergie if he trusted the connection and if he thought that Carmen will actually stay with him. And honestly, it was a non-starter. Victor did not have a current connection that he was pursuing in that house. Carmen did. Even though I don't like Carmen, that was the logical decision that should have been made at that point. Who has connection? It's called Love Island. It's not called Bromance Island or Friendship Island. Love Island. who was currently exploring connections, and that was Carmen. Even if it was fake, she was exploring connections, and technically she hasn't given us anything to doubt about her wanting to explore things with Bergie. Not yet. I think that will be tested when bombshells start coming into the house, but she hasn't said anything that has triggered a red flag or anything. She's been genuinely getting to know Bergie. So I don't understand what this back and forth was. It was definitely Carmen to stay. And Bergie said that he will take the L if she decides that she doesn't want anything to do with him and moves on to somebody else. And I can respect that. And they should respect that. So hopefully Victor goes home. No second chances, people. Please don't put him in a hot tub with two beautiful women. Just send this guy home, back to the cave that he crawled out of, because I can't stand Victor anymore. But yeah, that was episode 8. So I'm excited to see what episode 9 brings. It looks like the episodes are picking up, people. And I don't know if it's like they're boring. I think maybe because I'm still watching Love Island UK, and they're still packing on the drama with that one, still giving it to us every single day. And I think maybe I'm comparing, so I have to put myself in a different mindset whenever I'm watching Love Island USA and just accept it for what it is. I think they're doing well. I'm excited to see what the season brings, and we'll see what tonight's brings as well. So be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys know when I post new videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!